are back in the backyard. It's another rip snorter of a day. And today, I'm going to be working on the Rock Body Varial. Okay, the Rock Body Varial. Let's see what we're aiming for. Come up the ramp in your regular stance. Rock the board as you would for a rock fakie. At this point, your body switches 180 degrees and your feet switch ends. So you're now coming back down the ramp in your regular stance. Rock the board back and ride away. I've already done a video on the axle stall body varial, so you might want to check that one out. In this one, you come up axle stall front side and then switch your stance and then come back in with the axle stall. I think the rock version is going to be the next level of danger because this board is fairly precarious. It can spin either way. I'm going to try and cultivate some ways to try and do this body varial part in the safest way that I can. I'm thinking maybe the board decked out this way so it's as stable as it can be before I start switching my feet round. I am concerned that when I switch my feet, if I have uneven foot pressure or I jump off at an angle, it's going to send the board any which way. I'm going to end up down the transition on me arse. Woo. So I think the plan will be to send a few up, see how it feels, and then try and start jumping round, see if I can cultivate a safe way to start doing this body varial switch of the feet. And then we're going to have to worry about coming back in and not hanging up these wheels on the way back in. Let's see how we get on. Okay, a few early attempts there. Whew, it's pretty scary. Even just jumping off the board is pretty scary. Managed to get off the board a couple of times and landed on one foot, but I think I've already worked out I'm landing on the wrong foot because it's making the board go all over the shop. I think as I jump, I need to jump off of my front foot and then land on that foot first so I can then get this foot on the tail without disrupting the board. So I'm going to try and jump off of this foot because that's the stable one, not the tail. Jump off of that one and let's see if I can switch my stance and then land on that one first. Okay, that felt pretty good. Pivoting round, got my toe on the rail that time. This front foot landing first seems to be really good, just over the coping. It pins the board down so I can get my back foot on. At the moment I'm not pivoting enough, so I've only got a toe and sort of a heel round here. I wouldn't want to try and come in from that position, but it's promising that I've got the method coming round onto the front foot. I'm going to do some more. Okay, I think the final part of the puzzle is going to be to get low, my old friend bending the knees. That'll give me somewhere to spring from and hop round to. So I'm going to add in bending the knees to taking off and landing on the front foot, and hopefully she'll come round. Then we need to worry about coming back in. Okay, managed to get her right round into a riding position. Cheated a little bit by holding on to the rail, pushed in, managed to get over the coping. Didn't clear the wheels though, which is a bit of a worry. They just sort of hopped over the back. So I'd like to try and get a way of doing that. But that is progress. I'm going to do some more. Changed a couple of things, bit more bent knees and try and maintain those bent knees as I hop round. Number two, I'm just putting my arms up as I hop round. That's just giving me a little bit more float when I jump round. time, just need to keep my knees bent and try and keep my weight on the front foot as I come back in. See if I can clear those wheels over the coping. Okay, starting to get a feel for it now. Whew. Coming up, I'm trying to speed up the transition between switching my feet and coming back in to try and make it one smooth movement. I chanced my arm on a couple of those, my feet weren't right, managed to just about make it back in. Obviously the style is suffering, so I still can't claim a really good one. I'm going to keep going. Speed up the transition, I'm starting to leave my body more inside the ramp rather than spinning, standing right on top. So trying to just leave a little bit of weight inside. If I keep my knees bent, I'm hoping that'll put me in position to come straight back in as opposed to having to wait, lean forwards and then get in. Okay, starting to get a bit more adventurous now. Instead of rocking the board right over and standing on top of the platform for the body varial, I'm just sticking the board halfway on the coping and then trying to spin it round. That means I'm in a better position to come straight back in. The only downside is this is way more committed and the feet have to be right, and if they're not right, there's more chance of the whole board going wayward. Whew. Okay, success. Things I've concentrated on is staying more inside the ramp. That puts more commitment on getting the feet right, but once you get there, it's easier to come back in. To clear the back wheel, I'm just bringing my back foot up and stamping on the nose, exactly the same as you would for a fakie rock. I'm going to do some more. Starting to get a few quite consistently now. The last thing I change is as I come in, I'm bending my knees up as I hit the coping, so it's quite an explosive movement. As I jump, that knee bend, I'm trying to get the guts to maintain that knee bend instead of doing what's intuitive, which is to knee bend and then somehow straighten your legs because you don't want to come too far off the board. Come up, bend the knees, keep them bent and you'll come back round. My aim now is to try and get them so I'm on the coping the whole time, not standing on the top. See if I can make it out of a few. Okay, that's it for the Body Varial Rock, aka the sex change, not half. Let's run through the key points. Okay, so coming up the ramp, as you come in for the rock, bend your knees right up, rock the board over, and then at this point, the key point is to jump, spin with the head and the shoulders, and then try and keep your feet up in the air. Quite scary to do, but that'll allow you to come around the whole way. At some points I was just getting my toe on the rail and my heel there, and it's because I didn't have my feet up far enough, wasn't rotating far enough. When you get in stance, it's just a case of rocking back in, and I found for that I just needed to bring the weight off of my back foot as much as I could, get these wheels over and ride away. To try this one, I'd recommend that you can do the rock fakie quite comfortably and also the fakie rock. I've done videos on both of those, so you might want to check those out. It's also worthwhile going through getting the body varial together, because I think it is safer when it's locked in on an axle stool. You can practice the body varial with the board on the grass, no problem, and just keep on spinning that round. See if you can get used to that, the bending of the knees, the swinging of the head and the shoulders. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. They felt best when they were precarious, just balanced in the middle of the coping, quick change and back in as quick as you could. I think that probably looks the best. To start with though, try getting them right on top of the coping. This is safer, and you can always jump one leg round, other leg landing on the deck, just to get a feel of it before you finally commit to getting both feet onto the deck. Have fun with these. Let me know how you get on in the comments below. As ever, my name's been John Bishop, and I'm a middle-aged guy learning how to skate.